Welcome to Taku Katsu. I'm your host, Patrick. I'm here with Cori
What's up? Ignore my cat.
and with the lady, Vicky.
Hey, hey.
And today we're talking about Mushoku Tensei, Isekai Itara Honki Dasu, which is also called Jobless Reincarnation. I'm going to give a little bit summary of the show. It's about a 34-year-old man who gets hit by a truck, and he is reborn as a baby while in birth in a medieval setting where magic exists. So the big point is he actually remembers everything from his past, just like in any other isekai show. But he is super aware, and growing up, he realizes that there's magic in this world, and he tries to learn magic. And it seems that he's really good at it. So he's kind of like a kid prodigy. And so he takes his opportunity to kind of relive his life and actually try to study and practice and be good at magic. In his previous life, it seemed like things weren't really going well for him. He seemed to be like a NEET, which is Cori. Can you remind me what a NEET is again? Not that you are one.
I thought you were calling Cori a NEET.
No, not that you are one.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. I just like to remind everybody that I have a master's in education. Anyway, so a NEET is not in education, employment, or training. That's their Japanese acronym, which weirdly has English letters. I've never actually figured out why, but anyway.
Oh no, yes, that happens a lot of the time. But yeah, so he seems to kind of be down on his luck, and I'm not sure if it was specifically explained in episode 1, but he it's kind of hinted that he may have like saved someone while getting hit by a truck, because he hints that if he says that I wonder if that girl was okay, and he's being pulled.
It was two girls, yeah.
Yes,
I mean, you see the two girls in the next episode, I think, or the third one, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so he's kind of he does his last ditch effort of heroicism and gets reborn in this magical isekai world. And then with that, hilarity ensues because he's a baby and with an adult man. And that's kind of the journey we see and we follow through, his rebirth. If you can, his redo of his life. if you could call it that. I mean, to me, it's pretty good parallel of him trying to relive his life to his fullest. Because of his previous one probably wasn't the best, or
with mildly less sexual assault.
Redo of Hikikomori.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's great. All right, we're changing the episode title.
Please, everybody, give Miss Stocking more sweets. She deserves it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Exactly. All right, well, we can move on to the first topic. Cori, what do you like about the show?
Oh, I get to go first? All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So, what did I like? Okay, so I watched it twice. I watched it once in English, and I watched it like immediately after our last podcast in Japanese. And I think in English, the voice actor sounds like Mark Hamill,
Wow.
which is weird. Like, not like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, like just Mark Hamill talking. If you've ever seen Mark Hamill in anything else that isn't the cartoon Batman or as the Joker, or as young Mark Hamill when he's kind of whiny, it just sounds like angry, slightly annoyed Mark Hamill from like the last Star Wars movie. It was weird. It was like, oh, that's definitely not Mark Hamill, but it sounds like Mark Hamill. In Japanese, the voice was good. He's definitely sounded like a jerk, like a dude who's like he is mad at the world because the world treated him poorly, and he's gonna stay at home, i.e. hikikomori. And it was good. Like, it was a good, like, the character was strong. Like, it's like, I know this guy. I don't really like want to be his friend, but I get it. So it was like really good characterization. The art was fantastic. I feel like it was a really well realized idea of a world. I mean, I don't know about the world building, especially from the first episode, like what's going to happen in 100 episodes if it lasts that long. but I feel like there's a solid foundation there of where it's going to build up and where it's going to go, or it can go. And like obviously, we don't know a ton from the first episode what's going on in what happened in his previous life, but it was a strong impression for a first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as what I liked, yeah, it had a really cool angle. It's kind of like an understated horny show. It's not
Right. It has its parts.
yeah,
right?
like
It has its parts.
it definitely has its parts of just like, hey, you want to pretend that you're looking through the eyes of a child, looking at your mom's boobs, thinking those are awesome. Like that,
Exactly.
like it is truly
Yep.
gross. But it's like I get it, but also that's wrong. But I don't know what to feel about it. So whatever,
Right.
move on. Because one of the first things you see in the first like 5-10 minutes, maybe probably like first 5 minutes, is he gets reborn as a baby. He's looking at this dude who's like, "Why are you trying to kiss me? How'd you just pick me up? I'm 34 years old and also extremely overweight." And then he looks at what is essentially his mother. He's like, "Oh, she's beautiful. Look at those tits. I want to grab them."
Yeah.
Like, you think you're an adult being picked up by a strange man. Why are you gonna grab this lady's boobs?
But in his defense, that's what a kid would
But he
normally
didn't
do.
know he was a
He's
kid.
acting like
That's the problem.
I know, but that's the like that parallel,
Yeah.
like that as perspective is like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
played for laughs, pretty funny. I get it. Those parents, they fuck.
Oh yeah.
yes,
Yeah, they do.
There's at least 2 times where like they were off in the background just going at it. You're like, didn't need to know that.
Yep.
Now, I'll say this as someone who definitely watched all 5 episodes the day I watched the first episode. That actually plays into plot points later on.
Wow.
oh
Yeah, so it's like so this is what I was telling Patrick
I
before the
thought
show
it was,
ran.
I thought it was for comedy.
This is the difference between sex in a show that's like has a point and one that does not.
It has a point. It has a point. We'll talk about that later.
Well, no, for me, from the surface, yeah, from the surface, it's just comedy.
Yeah, this has plot implications on
Mhm.
at least one occasion, and then there's like horny applications later, but that's different. Anyway, it actually has plot implications, and I'm like, oh,
This is definitely has ecchi.
like it's not
Oh yeah.
there. If you took that out, you would miss plot points that were like relevant to moving the story forward.
So is the same in Redo of Healer, but
So you're saying we need the ecchi?
I'm saying
This show needs
ecchi serves a purpose beyond, hey,
Okay.
look at this, or hey, look at tits. Anyway,
nice.
the thing I don't love about it is this dude is literally a man-child. He's a man who's
Literally
really horny for his mom and just about everybody, and he's like a baby. That's just uncomfortable. Anyway, great show.
All right, Vicky, your rebuttal on any points or
So I don't like isekais, but I love this
Yes.
because it doesn't feel
Mhm.
like an isekai. It just feels like a comedy drama of a grown man growing up as a kid. Very much like Tanya the Evil, where you reincarnate into a whole new world. You have to learn about what your new situation and like knowing full well of your whole past, how to live in this new world. And unlike Tanya the Evil, where she's trying to get revenge against the unknown god, in this it feels beautiful in that way of like it feels heartwarming. Like in the last line of the first episode, he's like, I'm gonna learn to like get up when I fall and go forward and like make my life worth living. Like it's just so beautiful. And then the music kicks in and it's just like, oh, I like this. Including all the raunchy bits with the baby that the maid thought was possessed because he's so lecherous.
Yeah.
The maid's onto something. She knows something, right?
Oh, yeah.
This definitely earned its rating that we will determine when he sniffed panties
as a baby.
As a baby.
And then wore the panties on his head. Just
yes.
oh, creepy smiles as a baby.
Yep.
Oh,
But yeah, but
wow.
here's the thing. If you take out his 34-year-old persona, that's just a baby being a baby.
Right.
Like it's purely innocent, right? It's
Right.
fine. And so that was really interesting for me because like sorry to kind of interrupt, but what I
No,
really
no,
like
no.
about the show is it feels like we're following two characters. We have the 40-year-olds,
Yeah.
right? And then we
Mhm.
have the 5-year-old body of himself. And so in most isekai, the character is just the character, right? The voice is the same and all that tidbit, but having two different voices being spoken for the character really puts it like this weird perspective where it's like, oh, I understand this guy. Yeah, I get him. But as a kid, like, oh, we're seeing like the actual it being played out in his new world.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just like I'm watching commentary for this kid. It's really weird experience, but like I'm down with it because like, oh yeah, this man, he knows what he's doing. And it's kind of like if I were to put myself in that perspective, like what if I did know everything I did like to this point and I was reborn as a kid, like I would definitely do things, in certain. I wouldn't be like him, obviously, but I would, handle things differently. I would handle things differently.
You
Like,
would.
he brings out a point where I believe with Roxy when they're training and like she kind of hits the tree. He's like, okay, what a dating sim, my experience with dating sims, what would a person say, the protagonist say to help with the situation? And yes, that's like he applies it.
That line was short of corny, but it was still kind of corny anyway. Like,
It was corny, but
Yeah.
effective.
right. Well, and that's why I feel like it wasn't quite corny enough to not work.
Mhm.
Because that was
It's just a good show.
yeah, super good show.
And the immersiveness that when he's dying, you can hear the reincarnation beginning,
Oh,
and it's a whole other language that he can't
that
understand
was
even as a baby.
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
you feel what's the word I'm looking for? You feel the weight of this reincarnation. He doesn't suddenly know everything. He has to learn just like babies do what things
It
mean.
makes sense. One of the things I really liked was like I said, like with the all of the sexual stuff that does happen in this show, like is it focused on in a way that most shows wouldn't? Sure. Does it have to absolutely be in there? No. But if you're going to at least pseudo make this show like based on how life really works and how people really are, the sexual part made sense. Like he again, I'm not going to go too deep because it's funny enough to have it happen or however you want to describe it. But in like episode 2 and 3, I think one of those 2 episodes is where we've heard about the masturbation scene. That happens. Makes
Oh.
sense. Then there's a whole other plot point about sex going on. And it just I was like, you know what? This is it's ecchi, obviously. But makes sense that this would actually happen at some point somewhere in a similar type of situation. And it's not about him. Like it's not I'm a perv who's 30 something years old in a 5-year-old body. It's like he's just an observer of these other activities happening around people where stuff like that does really happen.
Wow.
Right. You don't want to know some of that stuff happened, but we all know it's happened somewhere at some point. And it's like, yep, that's it.
Oh, so he has that event that every kid does when you see your parents banging.
I also watched episode 2 because I just had to watch episode 2 right after. But episode 2 it gets pretty rough. And it goes really
in the
to his
first
backstory.
episode. They're so happy he's born, they bang like right there.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say that's the first episode.
That was
No
the
one's
first
gonna
episode. I just rewatched it last night.
Well, yes, it's the first episode, but it wasn't immediately like, "Hey, baby's out.
I mean,
Time to put another
it
one
was
in."
really
I think they did.
It was real
I
close
think they did.
because after he's like, "Wait a minute, my hands are tiny," and then he has like a moment, and then it comes back, and then dude Paul's like, "Oh, you're so great," and she's like, "Oh yes," and then they're just like, "All right," and then she jumps on, and it's like over, like they are doing it right now, like man.
Well, I guess if you've got healing magic, I suppose.
All right, let's not bring the word healing back. She does say healing.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was
And that light
hit
somewhat
me.
familiar.
That hit me when she was
Yep.
healing him. I'm like, ah, let me heal
I was
you.
like, no, don't heal the baby. Don't heal the baby. Oh, that was mixed feelings there. That was mixed
Oh
feelings.
yeah, so much. I love the did you have more to say, Vicky?
I like the flying weasel.
Flying weasel.
Yes.
Wait, what?
The
First up,
world
yeah,
building.
in the first episode, there's like he's looking outside and there's a weasel flying with its ears.
I don't remember that.
It's just a little
Oh
detail
yeah,
I
I missed
like.
that.
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Patrick, what else do you like?
I mean, pretty much said most of it, but for me, my main point was just having he still has his 34-year-old voice in him with in addition to his normal kid voice. I think
I
that's
do
gonna
like
be
that.
the bit fun part. Yeah,
It makes it
mhm.
it makes it almost like Look Who's Talking, the anime.
Yeah.
I like the magic system was very interesting to me because I think really honestly that's probably what caught me the most is that like he was just like building up his mana pool. I mean theoretically, like he states this in the episode, at least in English, because I noticed it the second round that he's not sure if your mana pool is innate at birth and builds as you age and then stops, or if you practice you build more. But since he doesn't know, he's basically learning the rules by himself. So he's either right, whatever, or he's wrong and he'll find out he has a max. But even if that's not true, he knows more than half the people in the world do who write the books that he reads.
Right.
And now he's like training his body and he's just doing incantations without, the spell. And I'm like, that's amazing. Just boom, spell, boom, spell. He's going to be amazing. And it's like, we're building up to him being amazing. And it's like a basic understanding that if you were reincarnated into this world and you put two and two together and you're like, what if I can figure out how not to do this? And you did, you'd be him. It's not a magic power. He just figured it out before anyone else. And that's a genius in a typical sense.
Yes.
Right.
He's a chosen one because he's practicing and learning, not because, some obscure power decided he's the one that's going to be the best.
Right.
He's making himself the
He
best.
doesn't have a Kyuubi.
Do you know what? Yeah. I think I really relate to him because he's kind of like that Rock Lee mindset where it's like he's doing all these little bubbles, right? And it's like really cute. And like he passes out after like the first two. And then later on he just creating like little bubble one. I'm like, this is really cute. And then like all the buckets around him.
And it made it look like he peed himself.
That was so cute. He was so sad. It was so cute.
Like a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's 34. He's like, I can't believe it looks like I peed myself. And so he's pissed off, but he looks like a kid who's embarrassed because he peed himself.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to like try to do was like if you were to take away his old voice and you just watch it as a 5-year-old kid without the commentary, you'd think, oh yeah, it's just a kid learning. We're following this adventure about this curious kid who's he goes into this books, reads the magic, and becomes a prodigy. But that having that perspective is like, yes, it adds this another layer of he's like, no, this kid, he's not just stumbled upon us by accident. He's actually working hard and trying to like be the best. Like he's trying to live now, in comparison to his previous life. And I gotta say, message.
And he starts to work through some of his past trauma by episode 4, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, that's good because I could see that as the start in just the first episode that he's taking it as a new lease on life. Like he can actually be better than he was.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
All right. So what do you two dislike? Because I'm the only one who ever consistently gives like negatives.
Well, no. Why don't you go first, Vicky?
No, you go first because I can't really think of anything I didn't like.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of another tough show to find something to not like about it, but to Cori's point, it feels like the ecchi, like it's just kind of for fun. So I don't. It's not really something to hate about it. I'm sure it will dumb down, but because the first episode it was just like kind of played for comedy wise. So I don't expect Ecchi to be too big of a part, but I mean, if it is a plot point, I mean, I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know me. I feel that if the Ecchi is plot integral like some other shows, it does not.
She's all about the plots.
Vicky loves that plot.
Then you get a fuller picture of the story than if it weren't there.
That's what she
That's
said.
all I'm saying. Yep. But yeah, honestly, there's not much that I didn't like about it. I like the contrast of this baby like everyone else like, oh, it's just a cute baby, but the maid sees it's not just a baby. She's got suspicions.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't cry, and it's just you really do need that contrast of this is a grown man in a baby's body
Mhm.
to really enjoy it, because otherwise it's like, oh, it's just watching a show about a genius baby. It's like, no,
Exactly.
this is a guy that could be anybody. This is what I would do if I were suddenly reincarnated with all of my knowledge. I'd become a
You know what?
badass.
Yeah, you know what? This kind of like makes me see kids on a different level, because like there's some stories where kids, you hear like a kid, he remembers his past life and specific dates, and like he could recite like history, and it was like, how does this kid know all this stuff? Like, oh no, I remember my past life, and we're just like, okay. And so this point to this anime is like, did they get isekai into our world? I'm like,
Oh
I can't
my
trust. And so I'm
god.
like, I can't trust these kids no more. Like it's a weird news perspective to me,
Oh,
adding on to
okay.
these kids. I'm like, oh no,
Right.
they get isekai to this
Okay.
world.
Two thoughts. One, if you like the general gist of what we just said about this show, I strongly recommend Ascendance of a Bookworm. Ascendance of a Bookworm is about a girl who loves books, and she dies in her room or library, one of those, under books because they fall on her and she dies. Then she gets reincarnated into a different world, European world, blah blah blah. But because she read a lot of books, kind of like Dr. Stone, she just knows a lot of stuff, and so she uses that to change her life to have books. Her whole plot point is, I want to have access to books. That's her entire
That's
motivating
amazing.
factor. I just want books in the world. But she lives in like the equivalent of like 1100s or maybe even earlier Europe, where the books are not, they're expensive. You can't just make them. So that's the story. Then there's like a subplot about like her having mana and can't control it, yada yada yada, and that pushes her to get more and more things going. But she uses her knowledge of old stuff to make stuff that never existed. Decorative hairpins. She's literally trying to create paper.
That's amazing.
What else was it? There's some other stuff, and it's just a good isekai. It's just good. So, second thought.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay, so we've had harems for over 30 years, and then we had reverse harems for less than that. So inverse isekai is where someone comes from they die in their universe from like Dinosaur Coon or something, and then they get reincarnated to our universe, our modern day society. No magic, no swords, but they're like,
whoa.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I would love to see someone try it out and be like, oh, caveman reincarnation or something. That'd be awesome.
I would hella watch that.
Watch that today.
I mean, yeah, I'd watch that too.
I mean, I've seen that kind of thing where it's like the devil's son leaves hell and has to work a part-time job or something.
Yeah, devil's part-time.
I haven't watched
true
that.
isekai.
I watched it.
It
wasn't an isekai exactly, but it's fine.
But yeah, you know what? It kind of reminds me of, this is on TikTok, if anyone follows it. This guy's name, I think Andrew Russo. He's got a kid and it's like Timmy. And he has this hamster that dies, and he's like, oh no, Bartholomew. And the kid is super overdramatic. But he was reincarnated from like the 1600s into the modern day, and that's why he's so weird. So TikTok's got you covered of the modern day isekai. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I'll put the link in below for people.
But yeah, I mean, you got to find a good angle. I mean, I think the easiest angle is like you reincarnate someone who's like hyper religious and you bring him to the future
Hmm.
or
Mhm.
something. Because if you reincarnate them into like a child, they're going to get used to. I don't know. It's an idea. I don't know how it would work because the reverse usually includes some kind of video gamification of the world or magic, and that's what makes
Right.
it like
Hmm.
interesting. And we're taking out some of the like social recluse or feeling awkward like you don't belong when you go from the past to the future or you go to an advanced time where you're only going to feel more like an outcast because it's the future, things are
Hmm.
more advanced. But that doesn't mean you can't make it a fish out of a water where they become really competent because now they're prepared because they have the mentality of like, okay, never again. So I don't know.
No,
Hmm.
I mean, the first thing you said, Dinosaur Coon. I mean, that's a great idea. Where a T-Rex dies, gets hit by the meteor, and gets reincarnated into the normal world, and so he starts to try so he's like a predator. He's like the apex predator, like a T-Rex, like the
Oh.
giant monster. So he's trying to like bites people at first to try to like, or like, but he knows that his teeth are like whack, so he can't do anything. He can't solve issues by just biting
So is
things.
this like a super deformed cartoon now? Because that sounds hilarious to me. Like it's just a pure
Yeah.
comedy. Like there's a dinosaur. And like I'm the big T-Rex in the block, and then he gets killed by a meteor, and then he gets reincarnated as a
Exactly.
human. Like roar! Wait,
Every Chihuahua is a reincarnated T-Rex.
that would be so funny.
Oh my
The
goodness.
daily
yeah.
life of a reincarnated Chihuahua.
Oh man, but I love the show. It feels good to watch it.
Yeah, it does. It does feel. It does feel good as too. It's like it is a feel good show. It kind of like slice of life, maybe.
I mean, it is pretty good. And if you are of the age and where you want to see, what did he call her? Anyway,
Lollies.
yeah, I didn't want to say that. Anyway,
Oh no, yes, okay, no, no, you're right, you're right. Okay, so he meets her. When he meets Roxy,
yeah,
Mhm.
I wrote down what he says. He says, "Lolly, scornful gaze, unsociable, three traits that equal perfection. I want to marry her."
yeah,
Yup.
yeah.
Yup.
And you know what? He's not wrong. He
But
is
he's
not wrong.
but okay. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. Having watched, I think 5 episodes because I'm waiting for the 6th episode to come out. Because I watched it all last like Saturday or whatever,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and he meets a whole other girl, and it's like, oh shoot, we're getting up into some harem territory because he's got her. She's like the older sister now, and then he's going to meet this other girl who's almost literally a girl next door. Yeah, I won't say
What kind
any
of
more. I won't say any more because it's technically a spoiler. But man,
Mhm.
if you watch episode 3 and 4, you're gonna see. Yeah. Also, if you're squeamish about naked little boy penis,
Oh, that was already in first episode.
you're gonna get
Oh,
some more. Is all I'm
yeah.
saying. Enjoy your naked boy penis. For all the Shota
This
out there.
Oh my god. No. But this kid's gonna hit puberty early.
Actually, honestly, I don't think he's gonna hit 15 for another like 12 episodes minimum.
No, yeah, but
Because by episode 5 or whatever I'm on, like he's still the same age. He's still like 5. What is he? Maybe he's 12. He's no older than 12. He might be like 10 though. Because everything he
wow.
does is like 5 years ahead of his age. Like he's like 3 years old
Oh.
learning magic. Like it's from a
Mhm.
it makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah, how the hell did he get all those buckets into the topmost room and no one thought to wonder why?
Man, this kid's peeing a lot.
Exactly.
Oh.
He's upstairs in the attic just peeing.
No, mommy, I swear it's rainwater. It hasn't rained in a week.
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch it. You guys are already
Oh,
starting to
yeah.
continue
Oh
watching
yeah.
it.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had no restraint. It's good. It's a really good show. Dude is a 34-year-old creepy pervert. He's a man child. That is my criticism. Where do we want to put this on the ecchi scale? We thinking
Oh yeah.
thinking a minimum of 5. I don't think it's a 7 quite. But the couple episodes definitely push it into the 6 category and almost a 7.
Yep. I'd say 5 for the first episode, and I think I hope that it would dumb down, but I mean, who knows? There was that panty shot in the first episode, right?
Man, there were panties on faces. This guy
it filled the quota.
Stole panties, and sniffed them. So that's a minimum of a 5.
Well, there was a panty shot. Yeah, that was
yeah, but it's not obviously exclusive. Panty shot's just a good example. Like, is there a panty shot every episode? Like one. All right, we know where we're going with this. But
there might be.
This guy steals panties, sniffs panties, wears panties, just leers at women. Just.
I mean, that sounds normal. That sounds like a normal man right there. Am I wrong? I wrong?
Yes. How many panties have you stolen?
Well,
you can't ask a man to implicate himself like that.
That's because I'm not stealing any panties, and I know better.
Well, I gotta plead the fifth. Hey, Cori, I did not know what I was doing. I was 5 at the time. Come on, give him some credit. He's 5.
Look, real man buy panties.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Used or
God!
No, you buy them from the vending machine down by the block.
Those are used, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they removed those from most of the Japan.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up. But yes,
the Backstreet Boys.
I don't know if that's
the concert.
I think this was years ago that they started removing those. I don't know. I don't live in Japan.
Oh, well, even in not Japan.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Don't steal your panties. Buy them.
Please.
Well, yes. Have some good moral sense. Buy them.
Support your local accountants, people.
Okay, so solid 5 on the ecchi scale.
At least a 5.
I think it hits 6
At least,
on an episode by episode basis. You can get it up there, and honestly, I think it does almost try to get to 4, and then it reminds you that this guy's 34 years old and he's a pervert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just like, oh, I forgot that there was ecchi all over the place. Oh wait, there it is.
I would almost say this could be a 6 just because of the content that comes up that you guys have seen already.
And that's why I say it's a minimum of a 5. It's a solid 5, but I definitely think it has its moments where it's going for the moon.
Yeah. Plus, if the parents are
Yeah,
banging around.
Definitely banging in the background, and then there's some other stuff going on. It's a good show. So this was part one of our episode. Do we want to go ahead and transition to the B-side?
Here we go.
Let's go to the B-side.
Jump into the sin bin with me, babies. Wait, not babies.
Welcome to the Review Cast.
We know what this Shotokan is about.
From redo of Hikikomori to redo of Healer, I've got a double stuffed episode for y'all today.
Don't say it like that.
Oh boy.
So we're on 5 and 6 of redo of Healer. Episode 5, the title was "The Hero Gets a New Toy."
All right. I'm gonna check myself out of here. The title alone is I'm just like, wait a minute. There's so many implications with the title alone. But go on, please.
It's honestly not as bad as you think. I feel like that's my whole explanation for this whole series.
I swear, it's not as bad as you think, guys. Come on, guys.
Just give it a chance.
Yeah.
So we met her in, I believe, the first episode, maybe the second. Kureha Krylet comes back, and she's on the hunt.
The sword girl.
Yeah. The
one who lost the arm.
Yep, lost the arm.
Yes.
He healed her.
And she. I bet he did.
Well, he wanted to. But he got, when he came back the second time, he super needed her, powers and prowess to start his journey.
So
but
without consent, he took it. Got it.
No, I mean in the first episode, he already got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
but in this one,
right,
so,
he healed, yeah.
so it's kind of like it comes right off of episode 4. Hold on, let me rephrase. It starts right after episode 4, where he's finished saving the Ice Wolf village, but from her perspective, he's the one that killed the soldiers that was protecting the village. So there's a
Right.
battle, and let me tell you guys, the fights in this show, in this series, are great.
Okay.
We haven't seen too many like action sequences,
Mhm.
but Kureha Krylet can get it, and she does later. But before that,
See,
Okay.
see, I'm trying to hold it
We're
in.
waiting for the punchline. I'm
See that?
sorry. Corey, I feel your pain. I'm just like, I'm right there with you, Corey.
I'm trying to
Like,
do this
goddamn.
like it's not a horn dog show, because it is. But then
It's
you say,
not.
she can get it, and then later she does. Mm.
All right.
But she's
Keep it in.
totally against him, and he, surprisingly enough, does not want to, go against her because he actually admires her. He's like,
Yeah, he doesn't have no revenge with her.
yeah, he knows she's one of the few good, upstanding people, but she's trying to kill him and saying that he's brainwashed the girls that are with him, which
He hasn't.
he only brainwashed one of them.
Oh, that makes it
To be fair, he only brainwashed one of them.
Yeah,
and actually, you know what?
one.
Is Flair not better as Freya? Like a better person? She's living a better life? She's not cruel and tormenting people? Is that not a better life?
No, Vicky, but does that make it justified? I'm not sure about that.
Well, doesn't it?
Oh man. All right. Corey, I already can feel the heat coming from the rage just building up.
I'm gonna let her continue, so I can let her continue to tell us why this show is definitely not a 10 at all.
It's not a. Oh,
because-
I had.
Yeah.
I had the thought. I was like, is this a 10? And then I was like, nah, it's a solid 9.9. That's
9.9.
That's as high as it goes. But they have this battle, and it's great.
Oh, wait. Now I'm gonna ask a serious question. In this battle, is there removal of clothing via battle damage?
No.
Okay.
There is no battle damage.
That is a point in the air in the not a 10 area. All right, continue.
Yeah. See, what happens is he actually gets his arm cut off,
Mm.
and then he immediately heals it, and then heals her to see the truth of the Ice Wolf Village issue. And she passes out because overwhelmed with crazy images. And he doesn't kill her. Like, she wakes up, she's restrained because she's dangerous. And
In a
like
normal way or in an H way?
in a regular way, just her hands are. She's wearing a nightgown. She's in clothes.
Why is she wearing a nightgown?
Good point. Go on. You don't need to defend that statement.
I will.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna.
Fighting. Yeah. He's fighting. It's not like ecchi fighting. It's like regular fighting. It's good. It's pretty. And then she cuts his arm off. He's like, "Ah, I'm gonna heal it." And then he knocks her out. And then he changes her clothes.
Well, I don't know if he did it himself or the girls did, but there's blood on her armor.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable to sleep in armor. That's why.
She's knocked out and he's a prisoner. I don't care. But all right, go ahead.
Yes.
But she wakes up and they talk,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did forget that the beginning of this episode did start off with a beach episode, if you will.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, we got one.
That was a beach episode. Because
we got one.
Yeah. I won't go into details about
cucumbers?
Oh, that's fine. You don't. Yeah, we're good with that.
Were there exploding cucumbers?
No, there were bits and bops.
Okay.
And
not
some stuff happened.
Bikini. Whoa.
No, they were.
All right.
They were. They just
Okay. Keep going.
I will take your silence as something, not as the other one.
We're just gonna skip the beginning. They're just having a good fun time,
Wow.
Okay. The trio.
Okay.
It's just trio bonding. They're just bonding activities.
You know what? If he gets 2, good for him.
Exactly.
He's gonna get 3 eventually.
Well,
probably 4.
And maybe on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, that would be fine with me. But hey, back on topic. They talk.
This is the topic. You know it.
She
Anyway.
she realizes that, he's been okay, he does set up this lie of a sort that him and Flair, who he didn't kill because Freya's dressed up as Flair, they're trying to like weed out this seedy underbelly of the kingdom. So because she's so noble and she's like, I'll help you on this journey to, clean up the kingdom. And as her penitence for attacking the one that saved her when her arm was missing, she
Yeah, she pledges her alliance and her service to him.
no.
I'm not sure. I'm just spitballing.
She does tell him she loves him.
What?
Yup. She just comes out with that right away.
She came out real quick.
In the middle of activities.
Activities?
Exactly.
Okay, I can't. No. What happened? Say it plain.
That's what I was saying.
Say it plain.
She willingly says, "This is how I'm gonna repay you."
With sex.
And yup.
Exactly.
Okay. So that was episode 4.
Yes.
Now
episode 5.
Wait.
That was only episode 4.
No, that was 4. No, that was 5.
Is this a fade to black now?
No. In fact,
Cori, of course it's not. Answer questions you know the answers to.
I'm giving you the answers now because I'm very, very hard on this show, and I am trying to give this show the ability to prove that it is not soft core porn, because it is.
Oh yeah.
Continue.
Okay, they don't exactly fade to black, but they do fade to Freya and Setsuna sitting at the door listening. So there's that. Episode 6. I'm trying to remember what the hell.
How many more episodes is this gonna have?
The main part of episode 6 is we find out more about Flair's younger sister, Norn, who is
wait. Let me guess. She's the visual physical opposite. Like she's thin, she's got nothing going on in the front or the back, and she's just plain. And she's got silver hair. Is that right? Did I guess it?
No,
okay.
no. She's got pink hair.
Oh,
she is shorter and smaller. She's not as well endowed as her sister, if at all.
Her sister is insane, but yeah.
If you thought Flair was insane, Norn.
I meant biologically. I meant her biology made no sense. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, she's the little sister. She was away studying.
Mm-hmm.
An age is not given for this girl.
Okay, that doesn't make me feel better.
But an age isn't given for anyone,
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I would say she's of age.
Okay, no, we can move on.
That question mark at the end of that statement. She's of age, Ka.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, there's a small flashback of like his memory of her because she's super sharp. She knew the first time around that he had his sanity back, and to keep her silence, she just wanted him to do for her what he did for her older sister. That's all.
Vicky, I have a question. Vicky,
What?
Is this the no? Hold on. Sorry. Is this the episode where there's fire? Is fire in this episode, like a burning or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut off, but I just want to hints. Is this where like the big men come in?
Yeah.
All right, I'm checking myself out. Guys, thank you for tuning into what is the show called? Oh, Taku Katsu. I have been your host Patrick. This is Vicky and Cori, and we are out of here.
Okay. No.
But go on. I'm sorry. Go on. Please continue.
What you want him to do in plain, non-metaphorical, euphemistic English, Miss Vicky.
If you want to know what he has to do for Norn, the younger sister, just listen to the previous episodes of what he had to do for the older sister, basically. And what's funny is the younger sister
erase her mind, but make her have sex with him first with the sword.
No.
That's what I'm thinking, and you didn't answer.
No, No, when Flair was still around and abusing Key. I'm just gonna call him Key.
Main character Kun.
And what's crazy is like, so she comes up with this. She has Leonard, the guy that looks like Kearu,
Main character.
who hated his face so much because he had to look like him. He burned his own face. But she had him go and collect the people from his village, and like have this whole farce of like they're all in a cult to draw him out. And something terrible happens to Anna, the mother figure for our hero.
Terrible as in she gets killed.
That's sad.
Tortured.
It's brutal. Leonard.
Okay.
Basically,
Slayer brutal.
Basically, everyone in this anime is terrible. Except Freya.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course, everyone's terrible.
Except for Freya, because she's innocent.
Even the mother figure.
And Anna, who has passed on from her torments at the hands of the kingdom, you know?
The male kingdom, the women, all of them.
The Leonard in front of the village. Yeah, it's terrible. Don't watch that.
You're not telling me that, you know, he cut her up and threw her to the dogs.
No, he just Leonard's a bad person. And what happened to him is what he got. Is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is the revenge that is followed onto these people meets what they did to others. Because at one point he was even like, he thought that people did bad things because they couldn't understand the hurt that they were causing. So he gives Leonard a female body and lets him know what it was like for what he did to Anna and others. There we go.
All right.
And that's when the big men come in. And
the big men coming in. That's that point.
Just keep saying big men coming in and we'll just ignore that fact.
Yeah, these dudes, like, so they're sitting on the floor and there's like a counter behind Leonard and the girl body, and like these big old burly dudes who were like the other soldiers that got brainwashed, just leering over the edge, and Kearu just sets them on him, and it's fucked up, I will admit. But the revenge is, he got what was coming to him for being a bad person.
So why did he have to be in a female body to learn that? Because
Leonard is the one that was. He was like,
because an eye for an eye.
Exactly.
So why not understand his regular body?
No, he didn't understand the pain he was inflicting on women, so now he does.
I mean, realistically, if it just happens to him in his regular body, how's that any?
No.
Vicky has a good point here. Although she is spitting out some crazy stuff and she's really beating around the bush and every single innuendo we can think about. She has a point there.
See?
But I mean, I get the general argument that like if you make him a lady, he can suffer like he did the ladies, but that's not the same thing. Like,
how is that not the same thing?
Well, let me rephrase that. Maybe that's not the right word how I want to phrase it. But I think that causing someone to not have control over what is happening to their body, male or female, male genitalia, female genitalia, whatever, equally bad.
Okay, are you talking about Leonard or Flair?
Yeah, I'm talking about Leonard. Like, if you make Leonard physically female, how's that any different if he's getting sexually assaulted? I don't think there.
Hold on, Vicky. I got I can answer for you.
Okay.
Because it's fun.
Basically what I'm going for. They did it because everyone wants.
No.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, here's the thing. If I was Kearu, I mean, I don't want to sympathize with this crazy person. I mean, dear God, let no one sympathize with this crazy person. But if you had the powers to do such things and you were a crazy person like Kearu, I'd be like, yep, that's something Kearu would do.
Sure.
I'm surprised he didn't go any further.
Wow.
You know what? The thing is, everyone has this Kearu in the back of their head where they're like, they could go that far, but you don't. There's something that holds you back, usually common decency and stuff. Because Leonard was like, don't you have blood and tears? As he's getting worked over by the big men.
They're punching him. They're like breaking his bones?
They're breaking their bones.
Oh.
Anyway.
Add another one to the contract, guys.
All I'm saying is, okay, Question: was Leonard a particularly petite lady?
No. Oh yeah.
See, that's what I'm getting for. Is that they're not doing it because it's fair and he understands what it's like to be a woman. He does not. It's because it's sexy.
Oh no, his form was not chosen for
Okay.
sexy. It was just,
That was
I
not for
wouldn't know.
sexy.
No.
I
Again,
wouldn't
if
know.
no,
That
if,
was
again,
not-
I wouldn't know either. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying, if I was a sadistic person, I mean, I would probably do that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that. I'm not a Kiaru, but like
Yeah.
Vicky said, we all have Kiaru in our head. It's just
Yeah.
we do understand there's society rules that Cori wants to happen. These moral high ground that
Darn right.
Cori is.
Darn right.
We live in a society.
That's right.
And the thing is, when Leonard asked, does he not have blood and tears, because he was like, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. And it's like, no, it's too late for that. Because, he fucked up going after his people like that. And just being a evil person in general.
He killed his mom, right?
Yep, he sexually assaulted her in front of the entire village, and she lost her mind. And then what sucks is, like, after he took care of the revenge part, and he was like, I don't have any blood and tears anymore. You all dried them all out, he goes to find Anna, who sees her son figure running towards her, and she finally smiles, and she passes on, because her ordeal has been tough. Like, it was sad. What happened after was kind of sweet, actually, because he's sitting on bed, sad, and the girls, Freya and Setsuna, like, kind of glomp onto him, and they're like, if you're feeling sad, what helps is, like, feeling the body temperature of another person. So, like, they're giving him cuddles.
Are they fully clothed?
They are fully clothed at this point.
All right.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a setup.
Yeah, because that was the most important part of the show is put the clothes back on.
At the very next point, he kind of throws him on the bed, and he's like, I'm not going to be nice.
All right,
but
all
you
right,
know what?
All right,
They offered their services for him to feel better, and during
my
this, he's
God.
actually crying.
Oh my god,
that's weird.
Oh my
He does
god.
cry.
You can't write this type of comedy, Cori. Oh my god. You can't.
But he the emotional range of him crying, and he's like, I'm going to get it all out now. No more tears. This is the last time I'm going to cry. But
You're enjoying the show.
This is getting
it's a
tough.
very enjoyable show. Is all I'm saying.
No, yeah.
It primes you, for your 10 later.
You know what? This is not a 10, because I can imagine that there's so much worse out there.
Sure.
The plot
Of course,
is solid. The
plot
ecchi is for the plot, just like Redo of Hikikimori, Jobless Reincarnation, they got the parents banging for plot reason. Huh? There's plot reason?
They're not banging for plot reason, but their banging plays into a future plot point. It's like a side plot, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
So
Anyway,
does Redo of Healer.
It's so.
One argument is better than the other, I think.
I'm just glad that you admit that it's been 9. I really am, because if you said it was an 8, we'd have to argue.
No,
I'm glad you said it's a 9.9.
yeah, I'm on the 9 train. I can see the 9.9 came because of the beach episode, honestly. But see it as team building.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you saying the beach scene was worse than what happened? Than what you just described to me?
No, the beach scene was so pointless in plot that it was just for the viewer's pleasure.
Okay. Got it.
So you can be reasonable, is what you're saying.
I can what?
You can be reasonable, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's logic to my deductions of what should be at what point on the scale. I'm not just willy-nilly assigning numbers. There's science behind it.
I think you just don't want it to be a 10. No, but no. In all honesty, aside, I mean, I can see, like, we're 5 episodes, 6 episodes in.
6 episodes.
I mean, I still think it's basically softcore porn, which is basically what I put as a 9 on the ranking.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's fair.
It's not so soft though. Like, it's not softcore porn.
That's why we're putting a 10,
it's-
but
It's not
you only
porn
know
at all. It's
it
not
is.
porn at all.
Yeah, but it's
It's
not.
pornographic.
There's no pixelization. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there's no soft and there's no
That's my
porn.
tier.
There is.
It's just very
pornographic.
sexy, etchy.
It's. Mm-mm.
If it were a full-on 10, its genre would be hentai, not etchy.
Which is why it's a 9.
Yes, now it is not. And
It's soft core. It's at the tippity top.
we all can agree it's a 9.
Yes,
We all can agree
it
it's
is a 9.
All right, cool. Thank you for your redo of Healer update.
Recap.
Everybody, when you're done watching redo of Healer, please deposit your tissues in the trash.
Ew. No one's doing that.
oh
Watching
boy.
this.
Oh,
Because you're
well,
so
they
invested in the
probably
plot.
should, because they shouldn't have it all over the floor. That's
No.
gross.
Oh my god.
You said they weren't putting them in the trash. I advised them. You said they weren't doing that. That's why I advised them. So
They're not.
Nick, I get that's why they had to put it in the trash. Tissues, trash. You used them, put them away.
They're not using them at all.
Oh, they're just raw talking.
Good advice.
Got it.
Good advice.
Like-
I got
Good advice
sentences
from
all
you
day.
guys.
Oh,
You guys, you're both wrong.
oh. Patrick,
Are you saying
what are you up to when you watch Redo View?
Well, certain websites don't really have, that show.
I mean, Vicky knows which ones they are.
yes, I do.
I know
Hey.
where all the edited
Oh, yeah.
ones are.
Kiss Anime's got you covered.
There you go. Oh, kissing involved?
No,
All right.
but
So-
you can't be up at 4 a.m. in Japan on ATX.
Okay. I think we're good on our redo of Healer. So I am going to torture us all by recommending that we watch Scar on the Praetor. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but that's what it looks like. It also looks like it's a piece of crap, but there's 7 episodes. We're going to at least watch one. Scar on the Praetor. After rebellion in the Akatsuki Special Ward of Tokyo, the government collapses and citizens are left to fend for themselves. With divine tattoos that each possesses unique powers, agents known as the Scarred rise up to become the protectors of peace. But loyal to 3 contending organizations will have to face more than just criminals in order to serve their own definitions of justice. It looks bad.
Which is gonna be good.
Yeah, because then we can stop talking about Redo Healer all the time.
It does look interesting. Like the art
It
style
could
itself.
be good, but it doesn't look like the animation is living up to any kind of high standard. Like, it doesn't look like bad animation. It just looks like canned animation. Like they just kind of made one model and then just kind of redid it a bunch. And like the background picture here on Funimation looks like it's got the Rocky Mountains for some reason. Like, or not the Rockies, Grand Canyon. It's very odd. It's like
You're not
light
wrong
and,
about
like,
that.
3D models. It's very strange.
Yeah, that is strange.
So, but that's what we're gonna do because Jobless Reincarnation was amazing. We have to balance it out. We can't only watch good shows. Everyone knows about the good shows, and also Redo Healer, and so we have to watch something new that also isn't great. So yeah, was there anything else we wanted to share other than Patrick's game making their Kickstarter goal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great. Depending on when this episode gets released, it probably will be over by now. It was only for like 3 weeks, but we've hit our goal and things have been doing good. Thanks for all the support. But yeah, we look forward to that. I'll also link that in the description as well.
When is the full release supposed to come out?
Well, it's gonna end on March 5th is the end of the Kickstarter. But after that, I'm sure you could just go to their websites online, and I'm sure other retail stores will have it as well.
It will be in your friendly local gaming store?
Yes, gaming stores most likely.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber. 4 words, 4 characters, all together. It's gonna make sense.
Yeah, me and Cori played it, and it's cute. It's simple, but it seems like it can also be very complex.
So yeah, let's do that. So Scar and the Praetor. I'm sure the Japanese will tell me how to say it better, or not. And Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber. These are things that you should look at. If you want to follow along with us, you can do so. Vicky, you started the Twitter.
Yes, I did. If you want to follow
Awesome.
updates on our Ecchi Scale or just like opinions that we have, we are at 0 Taku Katsu because someone took the O. So once again, it's the links below for all the things we've talked about in the description below will be there. But yeah, come talk to us. You can talk to us in the comments. Let us know how right I am. That would be appreciated.
Go for it, because Vicky definitely thinks she's right, and the rest of the internet probably agrees.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be a tough battle.
My peoples. Maybe we'll do a poll and see like who was right.
We should just compare all of the like jerk heroes, protagonists from every like was Lelouch right? Was Kira right? Was Kaoru right? Like
Kaoru was very right.
Gonna be right.
Oh,
He's gonna be right.
So right.
No.
He has justification.
The only villain I'm agreeing with for completely non-biased reasons is Tosin.
Sure, it's non-biased.
Non-biased completely. Definitely. He wanted justice and he got it, kind of. All right.
I'll just leave it on that then.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, thank you guys for listening. Another episode of Taku Katsu. Next episode, we're gonna watch Scarred on the Praetor. So feel free to watch the first episode and join us on the next episode where we will also review that. And that has been another episode of Otaku Katsu. I am your host, Patrick, and here with Cori and Vicky, who is always correct.
Till next time, dear listeners.
Bye. Watch Ranma, yes. And we click stop recording.
All right, cool. That was like a solid hour, probably less than hour 15 that my recording says, because we talked a little bit before.
Right.
But it's about 12. So we did good. We kept it nice and tight, unlike Kiaru's wife.
Oh my god!
Boy. Nice. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're keeping that in.
This is bonus material.
Craig, keep recording.
Oh my god.